Today our topic is HTML tables, and here we discuss some more attributes regarding to HTML table. In our previous lecture we already discussed cell spacing, cell padding, row span, col span, border color. These all attributes we already discussed in our previous videos. So we in this lecture we will try to discuss all these videos which are all these attributes which are already discussed with some new attributes, and let us check their functionality, how they perform. So first of all, table. If you want to create a table in HTML, then there is a table tag, and table tag basically used to create a table. And there are two more tags used with it. First is tr tag, which defines table row, and second is td tag, defines table data. And if you want to put a heading within a table, then you can also use ts tag in place of td tag. So table, th, td, and th and td both are the parts of tr tag. Always remember that. It is already discussed in our previous video. And if you want to merge different row and columns, then you can merge using col span, row spans attributes. And you can divide table into different sections also using t head table, which represent table header, t body table body, and t foot table footer. And if you want to give a title of a table, then you can use caption tag, caption element. So there is a small program here of table. So first of all, if we want to define some attribute, there should be a table. So let us create a table first, and as this is a table already given here, so we use it as it is. And you can see that start from a table, then thereafter a tr tag here, then th, and then td. You can use th for table header and td for table data. So there is a small program, there is a text file here, and its name is p. Just I write it simple name as possible. So we know that programs start always with HTML, and then there is a body tag, and also ended with body and TL, body and HTML tag also. So first is body should be closed, and then after HTML. Body tag basically defines the body of our web page, and when want to close the tag, just put a forward slash sign here. So that is our program to create a table. You are already aware of this fact that how to create a table, and today our focus is on different attributes applied on the table. So first of all, a table should be there, that's why we create a table here. And for simplicity, we just give a space after that, which gives you a clear-cut idea about which tag is a part of which tag. So as you know that first of all, HTML program starts with HTML, then body is there, then table tag is there, and within the table tag we define difference row using tr tag. And after the tr tag we can define th table heading, table, and or table data. So there are three rows, we can easily see that different contain three different values in it, you can easily see here. And now concept is very much clear. And always try to write a program in this manner and because using this method there is a less chance of an error, because you already know that which tag is closed or which tag is open. So just save the program. After that go to save as and give a name to it. Here I just give a name all files here, and you can see that name of the file is same again, but write the extension .html, and now it is a HTML file also. So there are two files, one is text file and one is HTML file present on the desktop, present on a screen, or you can easily see that P is the name of that file. To execute the program, just double click on that file. Here you can easily see that this is the output. Output is a table without border. Okay, you can easily see that table without border. And why it is so? Because we don't use any border attribute. So by default border is 0. So when we just print a table without border, so there is no border at all. Look at the different tags here. First of all, table tag, and within table tag there is tr tag, and within tr tag ts tag is there. So this is the table heading. Now you can easily see that number, name and age. Close all other windows. Okay, now here we just put, this is the second row, the data regarding to second row 116, and third row regarding to Sahel and 34. So data of third row. Now we want to put a border in it. Then what we have to do, just write border attribute with table tag. So just write border with table border is equal to, give any value, just take here 5, and let us check what happens. 5, and then refresh the web page. Okay, there is a border attribute. Border is there now. Table is printed with border, and there is another attribute, border color. If you want to change the color, which is black by default, then you can also put an attribute border color. So border color is equal to red here. Just refresh the web page. You can easily see that border color will be red here. Just refresh the web page. Okay. First of all, save the program, then only the changes will appear on the screen. Now the border color is red here. The two attributes, border and border color. And there is another attribute named bg color, means background color. It basically change the background of a table. And let us take it value yellow here to save the program, and just refresh the web page. You can easily see that background color will be yellow here. Okay, now the yellow is the background color of a table. These are the three attributes or basic attributes which are used. And now take another attribute, frame. What is the role of frame here? First of all, the value of, just we write left hand side, and I give you just a practical demonstration here. You can see that on the left hand side there is a only line with red. So that is the role of frame. So when we say that a frame is an attribute, then Frame basically gives you a frame, and there is a different frame value in it. If we just write RHS, then you can easily see that right hand side line is visible, border frame is visible. So now here we can say that the frame attribute allow you to state which portion of the border will display, whether it is left hand side, whether it is right hand side, whether it is above. For left hand side we just put left hand side, for right hand side we just put RHS, and for above we just put value of frame is ABOV above. And if we just give the value below, then we can say that below border will be displayed only here. You can easily see that. So we don't want to display complete border, and if want to display part of a border, then this is possible using frame attribute. So the frame attribute allow you to state which portion of the border will display. Okay, so now we take four attribute: LHS for left hand side, RHS for right hand side, above for above, and below for below. Now if just I write S side, then let us see what happens. You can see that both upper and lower side are visible here. Both upper and lower border are visible here. And above and below both are work here. Now just refresh the web page. If we just want to put a value B sides, then all the vertical sides will be appear here. Means LHS and RHS. LHS and RHS. What will you continue here? So for both sides, and if we just write box, value of frame is equal to box, then let us check what happens here. So all boundaries will be visible. You can easily see that. And if you want no border, then just write void, and you can easily see that no border is visible here. Okay, no border is visible here. That is our program, and we use different frame value in it. So different frame value: LHS, RHS, above, below, box, S side, B side, below. These are the different values in it. And our next attribute is rules. So rules is another attributes. So rules attributes is it this is like frame attributes, and also work with the border attribute, except rules deals with the inside border edge. So if you want to deal with inside border edge, then we can use the rules uh, as an attribute. So if you can apply rules as a row, then let us see what happens. You can see that only rows are visible, only the marking of rows are visible here, line of rows, separation of rows are visible here. So with rules you can use rows, or you can use cols, cols, cols for columns. Just write cols for columns visibility. There is a big difference between frame and rule attribute. Frames allow applied for now just apply rules is equal to cols cols. So it basically show the inside border of columns. You can easily see that. Just refresh the page. Okay, now you can easily see that columns here, visibility of only columns, and there is no visibility for rows. And if you just write neither rows neither columns, just group, then all will be visible. Displays borders between all the cell groups, so all the cell groups will be visible here. Now you can see. Okay, so groups displays border between all cell groups. And if you just write align attribute with it. Align is another attribute which is used to align a table, and there are three options with it. You can left align, you can right align, and you can center align. So by default it is left align here, so just save the web page, save the code, and then execute the web page. Now there is no change, it means by default it is aligned, by default it is left align. And if you just put a value of left center, then let us see what happens here. No, this is the center. And if you want to put alignment, right alignment, then just write right in place of center. Now there is the right alignment of table. So with align operator you can put data in a web page, whether it is left alignment, right, or center alignment. So there are three possibilities with it: left alignment, right alignment, and center alignment. You can align a whole table left, right, or center. And there are and this aligned attribute also works with TD, table data tag. So if you want to align the data within a table, then it is also possible. So with the rules, you can put data column, you can put two values, basically rows and calls. And for if we just write groups, then it displays border between all cell groups, and when we put all, then it displays all borders. Now there is another attribute named as cell padding. And what is the role of cell padding? It actually increases the space between the content of the cell and the cell boundary. So here I just take a value 20, and let us check what happens. You can see that this is the original table. Now you can easily see that the space between the content and the body of the cell is increased here. You can increase it if, and you can give it more value, then it will there will be more space. So that is the role of cell padding. Now align attribute can also work with th and tg tag here, so you can also apply with th tag Here you can easily see that th, and here just we apply here th align left, and you can apply with td tab also. So just try td, just apply it within td tab and give another value, let us say here right. Okay, and apply with it second, third table data also, and here we just apply center. So three different values are given. By default it is left alignment. So now let us see what happens. Just save the web page, execute it, refresh the web page. You can easily see that. Okay, first of all let us make some changes here. And just write cell spacing is equal to 20 also. Cell spacing is nothing but only the space between different cells. Now you can see that space between different cells is there. So that is another attribute. Cell padding basically provides us space within the cell, and cell spacing provides us space between two cells. That is the main role of cell padding, cell spacing. These are two very important attributes which are asked so many number of times in our examination. And here just we remove bg color here, and align is also removed here. Okay, let us save the program first and then refresh the page. This is our table now. Okay, now apply another attribute, height attribute. Height attribute basically increase the height of a table, and the value can be given in terms of percentage and in terms of pixels. So first of all let us take the value in terms of percentage. 40%, 70% is here, and then we can easily see that let's save the web page. Okay, you can see that height, much more height that compared to previous one is there, 70%. And if we just give a value to it in terms of pixels, let us say 300, then let us check what is the answer. Okay, so we can give the value in terms of pixels, number of pixels, and in terms of percentage. So just double it and let us check what is going there. Okay, now the height will increase. And to increase the width you can use width operator, width, width attribute, sorry, width, and we can provide a value of width in terms of pixels and percentage, both. Save the web page, refresh the web page. You can easily see that now the width will increase after the execution of the program. And here alignment operator, let's talk again about alignment operator here. Now you can see that provide alignment operator when we just provide a much more width, then it will be appear definitely. Now you can see that to our center, and some values are in center, some values are in, there is a missing of value because we just make a mistake here. Okay, th, after th there will be some space. Now you can see that now it is correct. So you can see that different alignment are there, center alignment are there, because second value is in center, and if you put second value is in right, let us check first row second value, right alignment will be there. Name is now okay, now you can see that data value name appears in the right hand side here, so right alignment is also there. So the main concept is that when you put align attribute with the table, then it align the whole table, and when you put align attribute with td and ts tag, then it basically align particular data. Same for bg color also. If you just put bg color for td tag, then it provide background color for the cell. Now you can see here. So these are the different attributes which I discussed here. So let us take a quick revision of all of them. Basically, if you want to create a table, then there are three tags which are required: table tag, tr tag, and td tag. And if you want to put a heading of your column name, then use ts tag. Otherwise, there is no need for this. So this is the first thing about table. Second thing, there are certain number of attributes which you can apply within table tag, and these are first of all border. By default border is 0. It means there is no visibility of border. So if you want to show your border, then just give a border attribute. And if you want to, and it is a positive, it must be a positive value, means greater than 0. And if you want to show the color of border, then there is another attribute, border color. And there is align attribute also. If you want to put whole table uh, alignment of a whole table, then you can give three with different values: left align, center align, or right align. And it also works with data values of a table. It means it also works with td and ts tag. And then the most important thing is cell padding and cell spacing. So cell padding means space between the boundary of the cell and the content of the cell, and cell spacing means spacing between different cells. So we can provide the value for cell padding and cell spacing as our need. And there are two other attributes name as a okay, wait a minute, width and height attribute. If we want to change the width of a table, then you can just apply width attribute. And if you want to change the height, then you can also provide height attribute. And the value of width and height can be given in terms of pixel and in terms of the percentage. And there are two more attributes which we discussed in this lecture. These are frame and rules. So if you want to show a boundary of a table, a particular part of a boundary of a table, then you can use frame attribute. And within the cell boundary, you can use rules attribute. And the value of frame attributes are above, below, h side, b side, RHS, LHS, and none. And value of rules are calls, rows, groups, or none. Okay, these are the values of rules attribute. So I think now it is quite clear to all of you that how to use different attributes in a single table. So I think now it is sufficient uh, for you to how to create a table with different borders. In our next lecture, which is related to table, we will discuss some more attributes of table. Thanks for watching this video.